Hey guys, Anthony, 4x4 Diesel. We're just going to have a bit of a look under this vehicle. We found a few things. First, I should give you some details. We're doing a inspection for someone. He's owned the vehicle for about 10 years, something like that, since about 40,000 Ks, and it's got 149 on it now. It's a 2009 120 Prado or a Toyota Land Cruiser LC 120. Some of the typical things we see and some things worse than others, which is why it's worth doing a number of these videos. Those steering rack that we talk about can have that slow leak. Now, we had a quick look at the power steering oil level, and it doesn't appear to be very low. So even though this is starting to look bad, I'm going to try and get in there and show you. So it looks bad and messy and all that. Not much oil going out there, not worth the repair. Could be expensive, could be a couple of grand if you go for a quality rack and plus labor and all that. If you go for a cheap rebuild where, you know, it might not last long, depending who does it and what Chinese copy and whatever. Anyway, point is, I'd give that a good degrease and clean up, keep an eye on it, okay? So that's your steering rack. There's a slight bit of play in this inner rack end as well, so that's the ball joint that's inside that boot up there, but it's ever so slight. It's keep an eye on it at this stage, and nothing needs to be done. So, quick look at those drive shafts, the usual sort of sweat you get coming out that inner boot. So this is an 09, so the vehicle's about, you know, about 12 years old, we'll call it. Even though it's only done 149k, it's not an off-roader, guys. It doesn't go off-road, it's a Grande. It's on airbags, standard suspension, never been changed. It's on original brakes. I'm going to show you the original brakes at 149,000 Ks. Quite amazing how long things last. Bit of a sweat on that tie rod end, not worried about that. The front coil, we'll call them struts using slang, you know, they're coilovers, but so the front strut's well overdue for replacement. They need replacing. It's not an off-roader, so we're not going to recommend any sort of lift or anything like that. He's happy with the height and leave it the way it is, just to change those dampeners to keep the tyres on the road. Remember the safety triangle? Your tyres is what grips to the road, your brakes is what stops it, but your shockers is what keeps the wheel in contact with the road. The safety triangle, the three need to work together. So that steering rack boot, you can see that oil there. So it looks untidy. Some people will be worried about that. I'm not worried about it, okay? Keep an eye on the levels. We haven't seen any leaks at the radiator, so you're looking at a vehicle that's 12 years old. It's got the original coolant, never been changed, and look at the awesome condition of that radiator. And that's how they usually are. So if we show you one that's got a few leaks and that there, it's just maybe a bit of bad luck, or maybe someone's put the wrong coolant in it. These flaps up the side here, you can see it's missing a clip there, so that needs to, well, it doesn't need to be, it should be re-secured, would be the best thing to do, so it's not rubbing in places it doesn't need to be. Just take a quick look at the front brake pads. I know it's a bit hard to see in there, we're just going to try and slip it in there though, right? I don't know if it's going to focus or not and what you can see, but I'll just tell you anyway, there's only about, they're the original brake pads at nearly 150,000 Ks, and they've got a millimetre or two left. Not a lot. They'd probably last another 10 or 20,000 Ks, but it's certainly due for replacement now. Looking up here, there's a little bit of oil around the starter motor. That's from DIY oil changes, spilling a bit of oil and not cleaning it up. That's all right, no big deal. Down here, it needs a new sump plug washer. Again, that genuine sump plug washer wasn't handy when doing the DIY oil changes, so we're going to supply the client with a complimentary sump plug washer at the end of this inspection. We're not doing anything, we're doing an inspection. This is what we do. You can book into the Prado hospital, and we spend an hour and a half going over the vehicle, checking all the usual things, including a diagnostic to see if you're on the right track with maintenance, and let you know other things that need to be done. If you're interested in that, shoot me a text message on 0490 261 013. We're just northwest of Melbourne, so if you're on the west side or the north or whatever, and you're interested in something like that, shoot me a message and I'll let you know when the next day is. Just have a quick look at the control arm bushes. Again, it's not an off-roader, so they're looking in pretty good nick. Those ones, let's look at these control arm bushes. Again, they look pretty good. Certainly wouldn't need to replace those control arm bushes or the control arm, even at 12 years, because they're not split, maybe just starting, but it's not a problem at the moment. Let's work our way through to the back to see what else we might see. No oil leaks at the auto, no oil leaks on the turbo. Engine mounts, I believe, have been replaced with genuine, is that right? Yep, I'm getting the nod. They have been replaced. Bit bit of excess grease off the lubricating the tail shaft. That's right, too much is better than not enough. And we've noticed possibly not enough at this slip joint here. It does look a bit dry, there's a bit of rust there even, so the two slip joints probably needs a little bit more in that one. Okay, that underneath fuel filter, just a quick note, should be changed every 20,000 Ks. The things we noticed at the back, the airbags for 12 years old are still in pretty good condition. This is a Grande, guys. They sit on air. There's no coil springs. They look all right for now, but if you're traveling any distance from home, you may want to change those as prevention about every 10 years if you want to keep them, or you can convert over to coil springs. If you've got questions, watch our other videos first, because every video generates questions, but they're already answered in other videos, so you're just robbing yourself if you don't go and watch the other videos. There's a lot of awesome information there. This fuel filler hose, it is hard, but it is not a diesel leak there at the moment. The cause of that, what looks like a leak, is you can see the dab of grease that's sitting there, and grease have oils in it, and that's, you know, so that's what's going on there. The oil's coming out of that dab of grease. But the hose is rock hard and it does need replacing, because it could split or start leaking any time. The rear pads, guys, look at this, 149, nearly 150,000 Ks. There's the lowest pad is the outer one at that side there. I'll try and slip it in there. I don't know again if it's going to focus or not, or if you're going to see it. Probably see more in the video than we can see with our eye. But still about 40% left on average on all these rear pads, 30 to 40, a little bit unevenly worn. So genuine pads certainly do seem to last quite long. So that's a little note for you. You may want to invest in those instead of other brands. Just use some copper grease on the back of them, because it is proven in at least 2 of our vehicles that new vehicle and new genuine pads can do a fair bit of squeaking and squealing. Okay, around the back here we didn't see too much that's worth talking about in this video. Airbags are good. Fuel hose replace cert. Rear pads need replacing cert. They're right for now. Upper and lower trailing arms, from what we saw so far, looks okay. This vehicle, yeah, it doesn't do a lot of Ks each day. Exhaust system still looking like new. It's the best you can have. You leave it alone. No oil leaks at the so here we go. Let's look at this. The transfer case. We'll call it the transfer case. Or it's not a leak. It's more of a weep. But in this case, again, see that grease there? That can be aware that it's not just the grease making it look like an oil weep as well, because it could be the case. Back towards the front, because that's where the action's normally at. We talked about those CVs, nothing wrong with those. Talked about the oil leak. We talked about the sump plug. We talked about the boots on the rack. We talked about the suspension, front and rear. Look, we didn't mention the rear shockers. The whole lot, really, you know, it's just old and fogged. It's not doing its job. So in this one, we're recommending probably using the genuine. So that could be grease on the shocker. It could be a leak. But either way, they're worn internally. They're not doing the job. How do we know that? Well, client says it's, you know, hitting hard, and you can see it's hitting the bump stop regularly. That shouldn't be happening, and it's quite a firm hit, you know. Take a good look at that. Vehicles shouldn't really regularly be hitting bump stops. It makes for a very uncomfortable ride, and that's where lifting it can be helpful, having a little bit firmer and lifted springs and nice fresh dampeners doing their job. Anyway, I reckon that's about it. We might have a quick look under the bonnet. Is there anything I forgot? No, we're all good, so I think we're pretty well covered everything underneath. Let's have a quick look under the bonnet, a couple of things, and we'll finish off. Just to finish off on a couple of things up here and to recap. So it is an 09, and the owner's had it since 2011, since about 40,000, just over 40,000 Ks. Done all the maintenance himself, and just in here to have a bit of a check to see, you know, if we're all on the right track. And some of the important things that haven't been done, the brake fluid has never even been topped up, changed or anything. Now, just a quick note, brake fluid is hygroscopic. So that means it absorbs moisture. Over time, it loses its boiling point. Just quickly, we all know water boiling point's about 100. Brake fluid starts off closer to 300, 260, 280, depending, you know, .3 is a bit lower than some other ones, but whatever. This boiling point of this stuff's probably about 120 degrees, which meant if you went on a trip down some big hills and that, all the heat generated from the brakes goes through the lines of fluid, it boils, you've got air in there and your brakes aren't working. Very dangerous. So guys, if you're doing your own maintenance, you need to know how to change your brake fluid and make sure it's done, or take it to a professional, because with brakes, you know, it's a matter of life and death, life or death, whatever you want to call it, you know, dangerous stuff, not just you, your family or other families. So The other thing we noticed was the coolant was low, never been changed or topped up. So our recommendation is obviously the big front engine job, because the the coolant's low, it needs changing, the timing belt's due at 150, and all the usual reasons for the BFE. So under the bonnet, brake fluid, coolant, the BFE type thing. And the other thing I'm just going to quickly mention, we're about to check now, maybe a separate video, maybe not, a diagnostic on the injectors. They've never been changed, I can tell you, at those kilometers that year. The usual 3 important readings for those people that are watching the diagnostic videos, you can check in our playlist, diagnostics. That the fuel injection volume is going to be up, the main injection period is going to be up, the load's going to be up, and it may have feedback values that are out, it might not, But anyway, that'll do for this video, guys. This is a vehicle inspection, that's how we roll, including a video. If you want one of these, contact us in text message 0490-261-013. Include your name, vehicle details, what area you're from, and what you require if you want to get in for an inspection or to purchase an injector kit or a big front engine kit or whatever you want. Anyway, guys, we're out here. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe and turn the bell on. And yeah, if you got something like that, please give us the thumbs up. Thanks, guys. See ya.